Hello everyone, first of all I want to wish a very late Happy New Year, and secondly this video is different from the others because I am going to be documenting my 16-hour challenge that I did on Sunday, and just want to talk to you about some other things, but we'll get to those later. It's not my first time trying to do a long hour challenge. I did a 15-hour challenge the week before, but I decided to do a 16-hour one instead because I noticed that I could have gone 16 hours if I wasn't distracted by my friends. So yeah, I decided to like document myself. I recorded a few time lapses of me studying through most of the sessions, not all of them of course, and I might just voice over them, talk about some things, and hope you enjoy. This is my setup. I have this part of the table to do my work, and then I use this keyboard sometimes, like to tap on in Notion or when I'm searching things on the internet. And then I have my screen like this. I have this iPad box to increase like the level of it, and I also have a laptop holder because I don't want to like lean down when I'm looking at things. Yeah, I watch basketball sometimes, so that's why there's a basketball game in the screen right now. Like it's about to start. I don't worry. I won't distract myself too much. It's just something that I just prefer having something going on in the background while I'm doing other stuff. It's just how I am. But yeah, the mouse pad is a bit too thick for me, but that's why it's further front so it doesn't like get in the way of my books. And then I put my books around here, and I also have like a bag here, and then it's connected to the charger. And I have this thing here. I also have a fan if I don't feel like using the this cooler, but yeah. To start the day off, there was accounting class right after I showered. So since I do not actually take commerce subjects and I took accounting as an extra subject in Form 5, I had to attend extra classes organized by one of the teachers, and at first I wasn't really doing a good job at catching up to the syllabus. I felt I was lagging behind, and then I was doing my work on full scale papers, and it was very disorganized because I don't know how to organize properly. But now that I have like a book to write my exercises on, and yeah, I just feel more productive now. Like I started focusing better in class, even though I just use a book, but it just gave me like a new sense of meaning, I guess. New meaning. Honestly, people like me really do better when we change the things around us a little bit. Like for example, I changed my setup here. So it was this is my mother's room, and it used to be a lot like, I won't say messier, but it was a lot more compact, and I didn't have enough space for myself. So I changed it, and even though my mom like sounded me for changing what was a setup for like a few years now, it just I didn't, at least I didn't like lose anything. I just changed the positions and give myself more space to put my laptop, put my iPad around, and actually have space to do my work. But now I feel a lot better. I feel like I am able to catch up, and it's just the small things that really helped me, I guess. So yeah, that's all from me for now. After that, I decided to do my chemistry module, the Form 5 module, because I did the Form 4 one already. I started doing this module called Ticket to Victory around last week during my first study challenge, and I was doing biology. Even though the questions that the answers to the questions were very suspicious and don't make sense at all, I had to ask a few friends to help me with those. But the questions by themselves are really good because it's actually SPM standard. Like the questions that they give require you to think a bit further than just inside the book. And you know how SPM is. You can't just fully rely on the book. You need to do past year questions. However, since I'm the first batch of the new syllabus, doing past year questions doesn't really help as much. So that's why I'm doing module questions instead. And that's why I chose this module, because the questions are separated chapter by chapter. So instead of doing like module papers, I'm actually doing chapter by chapter, and it really helps me to progress chapter by chapter, because I prefer doing that over doing a whole module paper. To end the day off, I did the Form 4 workbook for accounting. Yes, I did accounting again. The reason why was because the Form 4 accounting workbook was almost empty. We only did like 5 pages out of 120, and I felt like I could finish it in a day, but I was able to only do like 90 pages, so it's still good enough, but not what I expected. I wanted to finish the whole thing, but some of them took a bit too long to finish. And I don't want to like copy the answer simply and paste it inside the book. I want to actually think about why the answer is that way, and try and do it myself before checking the answers and so on. That's why the answer sheet is there, but to check the answers. But I still tried to do it mostly by myself instead of looking at the answers. So the reason why is because, as I said earlier in the video, I don't take accounting as a commerce student. I'm a science student, so I have to take it as an extra subject. And we didn't do anything for the first year, and we only started doing extra classes in Form 5. Teacher just gave us this book to practice, but we didn't actually do much with it. And I asked her if I could do the practice now, and she said, yeah, sure, I can do the practice, since we already finished the Form 4 syllabus anyway, and we're only doing Form 5 chapters until SPM. So that's why I'm doing it now. And as I said also, I didn't really do a good job at catching up in accounting classes for the first few months. So this was a good way for me to recap, to know where I am stuck, where I need help in, where I'm okay at already. So yeah, it was a good way to find out which parts I'm weak in, which parts I'm okay in, which parts I'm strong in, and I can focus on my weaknesses and continue on working on my strengths as well. So it was even though it was tiring as hell, and I didn't really finish the book, partly because some of my friends were in the same channel as me, and they didn't really do a good job at letting me focus. But I was able to do 90 pages anyway, and I finished the final 30 2 days later. So it was still pretty good. I finished a book in about 3 days, and it was great. How did I feel about doing this? Of course, I felt tired when I did my final session. I felt really sleepy. I wanted to go to sleep, but I knew that I wanted to achieve my goal of studying 2/3 of the day. So I continued, and in the end I got it. But most importantly, should you do it as well? I think it's fine to do it like once every 2 weeks or once every week, depending on how busy you are. But of course, don't do it every day. It's just gonna mentally strain you. You need time for yourself. You need time for your family. And studying for so long, for so much of your day, it really kills the fun out of you. So again, it's something that you should try out, and it's something that will motivate you to study more. But after doing it for so long, I had to take a break. I had to not study for a day, and it's fine because I went for a hangout with my friends the next day, and I had a lot of fun, and I didn't regret not studying on that day because I knew that I needed a break. So what should you do? I believe that if you study 4 to 6 hours a day, it's more than enough. It's doable, to be honest. Even if you have school, you can do 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, 2 at night, and it really does. It really is more important to consistently study than to study so much in one day. Instead of studying 16 in a day and taking a whole day break after that, it's better to do 6 hours for the whole week. And that's why the only reason why I did the challenge is because I wanted to motivate myself to do more, to see how far I can go, see how far I can reach. And honestly, I can do 18 hours, but that's for another day. That is a bit too much for me right now, but we'll see if I can do that. But again, it's more important for you to actually consistently study, because the only reason why I did this study challenge is because I was already studying 6 hours a day before this, 4 to 8 depending on how tired I am. So you should only do it if you have enough time, and if you are mentally ready for it. But again, that's all from me. It's up to you, I guess. Thank you for watching.